For years, I have traveled the world slinging my creator-owned comics at the biggest and hottest cons. Now I'm busting out my personal collection of comics, toys, games, and more in order to bring the fun and excitement of con life right to your screen. There's only one place to get your comics and collectibles and chat live with the greatest showman in modern comics. So bust out your keyboard and get ready to call it in! You're watching Kickin' It with Onrie, the live shopping show. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Kickin' It with Onrie, the live shopping show. I am your host, Onrie Compan. It's great to be back with you guys. I am extremely frustrated right now, and I want the internet. I want everybody to hear how frustrated I am. Facebook has made a bunch of changes to its policies, which has affected StreamYard. So I can't actually stream on Cbsn. Actually, there is a way to do it, but I didn't have enough time to figure it out. So I just decided to do a show on my network. The only problem is I can only link to one other Facebook group within my domain. I can't actually get onto the OK Comics channel and the Onrie Compan Productions channel in order to stream to every single platform, which is extremely frustrating. And I blame Mark Zuckerberg for all of this, him and his corporate, hounds or whatever. But anyway, I'm here. It's an empty room. I guess we're just going to have to wait a couple minutes here and just see what happens. Really nothing I could do about this, but let's see what's going on here. I'm going to drop the link for everybody who normally watches me so that you guys can all hop in here. Hang on just a second. Hop in here. What's up, Heath? How you doing? I'm just going to drop the link for everybody in the chat group real quick. How you doing, dude? Yeah, ever since they started putting these new policies in place and everything, it's making things so strange. And the problem is if people don't see that I'm on the air, that means I'm not doing something right here. So Heath, thanks for letting me know that you're in the room. How was my weekend? My weekend was great. I took the kids mini golfing. We barbecued a little bit. My dad actually bought Wagyu steaks. And so I had Wagyu steak this weekend. It was absolutely delicious. And my son had a massive allergy attack to my mom's cat, so his face got all puffy while we were there, so that sucked. But he's okay now. And then yesterday I had my parents over, and I barbecued for them. Did lots of reading, man. I did so much reading. So I'm currently reading Benjamin Percy's Wolverine run. I've collected the entire run. And the first 25 issues have been, kind of okay. I wouldn't say it's anything that's getting me excited. Like, I'm able to push through the comics pretty easily. It's not like it's like poorly written or anything, but I wouldn't say anything like amazing has happened in Wolverine in the first 25 issues. The reason why I started collecting this is because of the back end. And that's when things are supposed to get interesting. So, and there have been some good moments. Like, there was this one issue where he was like hunting a shark in the sea. And it was a Leviathan. He was hunting a Leviathan, and that was pretty cool. It was basically eating up mutants and spitting them back up onto the shores of Krakoa. So because he's like X-Force and like the head of the security, he has to go out and handle these problems himself. And I would say you get really well acquainted with him. But what's really cool is what happens next. Is Beast actually turns on Wolverine. So these are the comics I'm reading now. I'm planning to read through this whole run here. I recently finished my James Tynion Batman run. I got the entire run now. So I'm waiting to get through my Wolverines. Then it's over to James Tynion's Batman. And then after that, I think I'm going to pick up all of Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil books because I'm a big fan of what he's doing on Batman. And I heard his Daredevil run was spectacular. So I'm going to try and put together that run. And I think I might have a bunch of those issues just laying around. I know I've come across a lot of them a whole ton of times. So That's it. That's what I've been up to, reading lots of comics, writing a little bit here and there. But yeah, just trying to get through this stuff. And, I'm making it as much of a priority to read comics as possible because I want to stay informed. I want to know what you guys are reading, and I want to be, up to date on, what's out there so I can tell you guys about it, so I can get you guys excited about the stuff that I find interesting and all that stuff too. So I have good recommendations. What's up, Kurt? For 600,000 boulevards, no. But here was something that was cool that happened over the weekend. I had a customer who lost their C2E2 exclusives for Warline, the black, white, and red variants that Frank Guzan did in the color one, and then the C2E2 exclusive. He had lost his order, and I was like, I don't know if I can replicate that. And I just don't think I can do it. Well, fortunately, I was able to. I got the whole order replicated, and that was cool because I made like $100 selling those books. So happy about that too. That was my weekend. But anyway, we're back. We got some cool new runs for you guys. We got great deals on all these bottom row books here. A lot of them are new. People didn't really show up for our EXP show last week, so that's an opportunity for you guys to get some of these FOMO books that didn't sell last week. So all this stuff is new. And we got, the same deals as always. You spend $25 with me, you get to spin the wheel, and $50 gets you free shipping on the order. We do spins at the end of the shows now, so be sure to watch everything that is happening because you're going to want to add. And the more you add, the more you save. All right, especially once you hit that $50 threshold to get free shipping on your order. And I don't care how many books you get. You guys can ask anybody who's in this room right now. We have shipped out big boxes of books to folks who spent over $50 with me. So that's all you got to do, and you get free shipping. All right, first book we're doing. Yeah, dude, you've been really working hard at that Conan Volume 1 run. I got a bunch of those. They're all FOMO books. So just keep paying attention to it. I got those books here. All right, so first comic we have today, we have a newsstand edition of Uncanny X-Men number 223. And this is going to go for just $4. $4 today for Uncanny X-Men 223. Storm's fighting like some kind of cobra, some kind of cool snake, but I really like this cover here. It's I think by Kerry Gamble. $4 on this. Did you guys all see the X-Men 97 finale? I absolutely loved it. I thought it was so good. I have She, Heaven and Earth by Billy Tucci, number 3 from Crusade Entertainment. This is going to go for just $4 as well. So $4 on She. Billy's awesome, by the way. I love Billy Tucci. He's been at a lot of different cons that I've showcased at, and he's always just the nicest guy in the world. He's just so kind to everybody. I love Billy Tucci. This is going to go for $4. I'm really excited about Phoenix Comic-Con this week. Phoenix Fan Fusion. I'm not allowed to call it Comic-Con, otherwise I might get sued too. There's like this big stupid lawsuit over the term Comic-Con, and only San Diego's allowed to have the term. And so there was this big lawsuit, and they had to change the name to Phoenix Fan Fusion, which was just the stupidest thing. It's a comic convention. How is that something that could be coined by someone? It's just a term, and it takes place in Phoenix. It's Phoenix Comic-Con. They can come up with all kinds of names. Why go to court over something that's virtually non-existent? My God. But the show itself is fantastic. I absolutely love the Phoenix crowd, and I'm so excited to get back out there. Yeah, Billy and his wife are great people. I agree. Billy Tucci's awesome. I hope I see him there. I'll definitely be hanging out with Mog Park and Mel out there, Ron Miltz and Chris Thayer, usual suspects for me. So, you guys will see some pics come up. Phoenix Saltbird Graveyard Grad Comic-Con Extravaganza. Was the double G an entendre or isn't it an entendre? Or a parenthesis? No, it's not an entendre. It's never mind. Let me just keep selling comics here. We got Fantastic Four number 223. This is going to go for just $5 today. Really, really love this cover here. There's so much going on. This is Bill Sienkiewicz, actually. Bill Sienkiewicz on Fantastic Four. Early Sienkiewicz. This is before he developed that loose style that we see in like Elektra Assassin and, you know, some of the stuff he's more renowned for now. Or renowned for, period. Sorry, grammatically correcting myself. I have the official comic adaptation of Batman. This is going to go for $20. $20 on this. And guys, hang on just a second. Give me just a second here. Forgot to do something. Actually, you know what? Never mind. Let's keep going. So we got the official. Let's go back to this for a second. I'm sorry. I just realized I forgot to do something important, and I thought about it, and I'm like, I can take care of it later. All right, so I have the official comic adaptation of the Warner Brothers Batman movie, the 1989 Batman movie. And what's really cool about this book here is it is the first appearance of the Michael Keaton Batman in a comic and the Jack Nicholson Joker in a comic. Why does this matter now? Because there's all kinds of variations of all of these characters, different adaptations, different ways of seeing them and all that kind of stuff. And that holds value too within the comics. So this is a key book right here. And it is going to go for $20 today. $20 for the Batman 89 film adaptation comic book. And it is written by Dennis O'Neil and Jerry Ordway is the artist. And you got Steve Oliff on the colors. Steve Oliff is an amazing colorist. He's one of the first digital colorists in comics history, actually. And the artwork in here is really, really well done. This is like a panel for panel, adaptation of the Batman film, and it is really well done. I mean, this is just worth owning if you're a fan of the movie and you just want to see how stuff can translate from from comics to film and vice versa. This is really cool. They used to do this kind of stuff all the time, but this one's absolutely gorgeous. They did another one for Batman Returns too, which was really, really good. Both of them were, I think, done by the same creative team. So this is going to go for $20 today. $20 on this Batman. A novelty item, but I think it's well worth the money you'd spend on it. The Batman 1989 film adaptation graphic novel. Next book we got here is Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man number 77. Here he is fighting gladiators, typically a Daredevil villain. This is going to go for $4. Hey, who's putting a thumbs down? Screw you, buddy. You don't thumbs down me. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Or did I do that? Where did that come from? The thumb. Did anybody see that thumbs down just now? Someone dissing me. Hi, Tori. You're not here to derail everything. You're here to bring life into the room. You're my plus one. I love you. All right, I got Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man 77. That's going to go for $4. Spidey fighting gladiator. Yeah, the book canceled Onrie's pitch. Boo! AI is now telling me I'm not good at selling comics. And they have taken to David Moore's little, campaign of hashtag fake salesman, and now they're shutting my ass down. I thought after a 2-week break I'd be back and everything would be okay. And it's like, never turn your back. So what's got a knife to your back always. And this time it was artificial intelligence. Well, Craig, We will recreate this show and start selling comics for phenomenal deals. And well, where are you going to get those comics, you idiots? All right. I have Detective Comics 574, newsstand copy, going for just $8 today. Really beautiful book. Oh, it's PJ. I thought PJ wanted me to quit my job. You boo! You suck, Onrie! Boo! Stupid phone. No, it's all good, man. Don't worry about it. I actually kind of liked it. Or said over there about like my pitch being rejected by AI. I thought that was great. AI is now. It looks like I'm being fired. They're forcing me to move on and do something else. Onrie Intelligence. A rage-selling robot? Yes, exactly. If you don't buy these books, I will send cruise missiles to your house. All right, Detective Comics 574 is going to go for $8. Speaking of which, I actually kind of want to air this video real quick since we got kind of a full room right now so you guys can understand my frustration, not only towards AI, but also towards Mark Zuckerberg for all the complications he has needlessly installed on our show. And I think I know the reason why this all happened, and it was from the last Spawn booting, but I'm going to just air this real quick so you guys can see, what I think caused all these problems. And it's part of a larger story. And if you didn't watch the Spawn bootings, you may have missed it. But, either way, what's nice about this video is Mark Zuckerberg definitely gets a booting here. So just stay for that. Everything else will, kind of has its own backstory.
It's booting time! And it's a booting time! Oh, ballsacks torn before love got scared and fled to history-rich China to avoid further scrutiny. And no one can find this Robot 9000 testicle either. So I guess we're going to have to give Mark Zuckerberg a booting because it's his fault that AI exists. Oh, that's not enough of a booting. I'm going to give you a second booting. And a third booting. And a fourth booting. I'm sorry, I learned my lesson. I won't do it again. Oh no, I shouldn't have eaten all that stupid bupkis. It's coming out my dairy ear. Well, now that I smeared it, it looks a lot better. Okay, I think I'm fish-sticking.
I mean, just seeing Mark Zuckerberg get booted, that I think was worth it. That was worth that minute of your time. Sacrifice that, and instead of selling you comics, you guys got to see this video that may not have made sense to some of you. But most of you guys who are in the room right now are regulars, so you knew all about this. But it's nice seeing Mark Zuckerberg get a nice boot, right? Those corporate testicles, they all deserve it. I mean, I really don't get what the purpose of them making all these changes are, and I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation behind all of it. It's like, it takes up too much storage space. Oh, we have to charge you for more because we need to make more money. Well, shut up and buy more comics. Comics are currency. Don't forget that, folks. All right, I have Assassins #1. This is going to go for $5 today for Assassins #1 from Amalgam Comics. I'm assuming this is an amalgamation of like Elektra, Lady Deathstroke, and your mom. And it's going to go for $5. Did you just say your mom? Yes, I did. She's an assassin. Assassin. All right, just kidding. Your mom's a sweet woman. I love her. Face boot. More like boot face. I mean, and I don't even want to get you guys started. So I just bought a new laptop because my other one was just like outdated. It was time to upgrade. I've had it for like 6 years now. So I finally got a new laptop. This thing cost me a pretty penny, I'll tell you that. And when I got it, I turned the iCloud sync on so that I could move everything over, just migrate. And what it did was it created a mirror. And on my new laptop, I saw that not all the old files transferred over properly. I'm like, that's weird. So I was like, all right, I'll delete them off the new laptop and just save everything on an external hard drive. Turns out it decided to mirror everything and deleted all my desktop stuff, which was not even on the new laptop. It just got rid of everything. So now I'm dealing with Apple. I've been on the phone with them for like a combined 5 hours now to try and like get new old files back. Technology deserves a major booting right now, a major booting, because I'm having problems with StreamYard. I'm having problems with technology. I'm having problems with freaking Facebook. This stuff is over-engineered and it's crap. Even my dishwasher that I just bought, this hunk of junk that I spent $800 on. Let me tell you guys something about this thing. There used to be a time long ago where you would put dishes inside of a dishwasher, you would load in the soap and you'd hit start and it would work. Now there's all these different modes. And for some reason they decide that it's better if it washes longer. So now whenever I do a load of dishes, it's 3 hours to do a load of dishes. This is over-engineered crap and it needs to stop. And it's just going to get worse. So I'm just going to get back to selling comics so that I could buy the next upgrade and everything. I mean, seriously, even this laptop, they take away everything and they're like, oh, we're just trying to improve the sleep design and everything and charge you more money because everything's got to be more expensive. No one asked for any of this crap. No one. All right, let's keep going. Yes, it's the little things not working. And or we figured out a better way for this to work now. It's like, I don't want a better way for this to work. It was working just fine. So, if anything, I'm glad to be back with you guys because now I can complain about this on the air where AI can freaking hear me. I am so pissed off. House of Slaughter number 10. This is going to go for $4. I can't even get on Cbsn because they decided over at StreamYard that, Facebook decided this. You're no longer going to be able to stream to a group. So what's the freaking point? Like, who makes these decisions? It's clearly not Mark Zuckerberg. He's too busy like crying in the corner and doing Brazilian jiu-jitsu for like 9 hours a day in case someone like wants to like make fun of him or something. Yeah, you think I'm a stupid little nerd? I'll show you. Yeah, dude, I can wash dishes in like 20 minutes. I don't need a 3-hour cycle. Problem is, I had family over this weekend, so I had a lot of dishes to do, and I just figured, I'd save myself some time and let the machine do the work. I spent $800 on the freaking thing. Might as well work. No, but it needs 3 hours. Oh, and you also got to get this dry rinse like crap that like they're like you don't have to, but it like it really gives a nice shinier look to you. No, it doesn't. It's a freaking plate. I don't care how shiny it is. I just want it to be clean. There. I mean, I can't get this stuff out. My friends don't care because they got their own first world problems. I have to bring my first world problems here. And I'll tell you what, I'll take these first world problems over third world problems any day. There was one time I was in Kazakhstan and I lived without water for 3 days. I couldn't shower, couldn't brush my teeth, couldn't do any of the basic things. When the water finally turned on, it was like gold. So I'll take these problems over anything else. But I'm still pissed! Ah! All right, next book we got here is Good Boy, Volume 2, Number 1. And this is going to go for just $5 today. Now, if you don't know the premise of Good Boy, it's basically what happens when John Wick dies and the dog decides to get revenge for his owner. That's Good Boy. And this is the second volume, Number 1, and it's going to go for just $5 today. And then I got God Slap, Number 1. This is about a guy who gets the power of God in his hand, and when he slaps someone with it, he's smacking them with the power of God. This guy really needs to go pay a visit to Mark Zuckerberg and AI and get it to stop doing all this stupid crap so that we can get back to life. I'm sick and tired of all this. I am complaining. I am using this. This is my channel. I can do what I want. So for anyone who wants Godslap, which has actually been it's being adapted to film right now. It's been optioned and everything. This is going to go for $15 right now for issue 1. Really cool book here. Godslap. Sometimes AI needs a good slap. That's what Sean Connery would say if he was still around. Wow, 28 trades. That's awesome. I refer to my 3-hour cycle as the Batman. All right, next up we got Cable number 1 here. Now, here's something that's interesting about all of these X-Men books that came out from the 90s. Yesterday, a lot of these books were like $1. But because of the popularity of X-Men 97, adapting specifically from 90s content, I think has really brought up the value of these books and has really allowed us to appreciate what we may not have seen recently. Like, for example, for the longest time, and I consider myself very lucky, I was able to get X-Men 25 and Wolverine 75 for like $5. Sometimes I found them for $1. I even sold some books to you guys at $2. It's amazing that they were able to take stuff from that they were able to mine from that content, because that was some good stuff. And, what they did with Bastion is fantastic. Like, he was a character that no one cared about. His first appearance was literally $2. I had a copy of it, and I thought it would hold some value, but, no one was really talking about any of it. The success of X-Men 97 has really shown that there is way more value in these 90s books than we originally gave them credit for. When you also go back and visit these books, a lot of the big names of today got their start on those books. So like Joe Madeira, he did a lot of X-Men stuff. The Kubert brothers, they were also working on it. All of these stories were also, Chris Claremont was still involved pretty heavily at that time. The X-Men books were, hot stuff. In fact, one of them is a FOMO book today. All right, so I got Cable number 1 here. This one is done by Dwayne Zworinski and Olivia Olivetti, or Ariel Olivetti. And this is going to go for $8 today. Oh, totally, Phil. Phil, how you doing, man? I got Captain America 750 here. Captain America. Heck yeah. If Captain America was going to save the Mother Loving Day, he would literally have to go to like Facebook's office and just punch Mark Zuckerberg in the groin. And I wish that's what was the premise of this particular issue here, but it's not. It has nothing to do with either Cap going to punch Mark Zuckerberg between the legs. This is just another issue of Captain America. No, it's not. It's actually issue 750, you idiots! No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just joking. God, it's not. All right, so we got Captain America 750 here. Lots of different creators contributing. We got a cover here by Gary Frank. Gary has done a lot of different stuff. Midnight Nation is one of my favorite books that he did. He also illustrated a ton of Superman books. One of them was written by Richard Donner. And we got a bunch of different Captain America stories here. And I like that they made Falcon Cap. It's cool that there's 2 Captain Americas. We can be brothers. All right, so we got Captain America 750 going for $10 today. That's good, Phil. I'm glad you're doing well. And everybody else, let me know how you're doing. All right, so Captain America 750. 750 is going to go for $10 for anybody who wants it. I have Marvel Team Up featuring Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and Clea, number 80. This is going to go for $4. $4. Doctor Strange and Clea Strange teaming up with Spider-Man. And it looks like Doctor Strange has been taken over by the horned bad guy person. Ha ha! All right. And then finally, on the low rack, we got Incredible Hulk 288, newsstand copy. We got MODOK and the Abomination in the background. I think this actually might be where Bill Sienkiewicz picks up in the series. Let's check out who worked on this. Bill Mantlo and Cbsn. So Bill Mantlo is actually the creator of Rocket Raccoon. And 7 issues before this, is it 7 issues? Is it Hulk 281 or 279 or something? That's where Rocket Raccoon gets introduced for the first time. So this is around that era. This is going to go for $5 for Hulk 288. Now up top, I got some new runs for you guys, stuff you have not seen before. This is all new stuff. All new stuff in here. You guys ready for this? I have Batman, The Dark Knight 3, The Master Race. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, and number 8. I am doing all 8 issues right now for $40. $40 on this entire run. $40 on the entire run. Hey Lorena, how you doing? Good to see you. It's good to be back. For the Dark Knight 3 books, that's all the A covers, everything for Dark Knight 3. This is written by Frank Miller and Brian Azzarello. One of the Kubert brothers works on it. Klaus Janson, he's the inker. There's some really cool stuff that happens here. I remember Jim Salicrup was telling me that he was really interested in reading this. He was really enjoying it. So we got all 8 chapters of Dark Knight 3, and that's going to go for $40. I've been spending a lot of time putting that together for you guys. Next run I have here, Mike Collins. How you doing, Mike? I'm coming to Phoenix this week. Do you want me to bring your books with you? Bring your books with me. Just tripping on words today. Sorry, I got a lot going on. But let me know if you want to add stuff today too. I can bring that as well. It's good to see you too, Lorena. Yeah, cool. All right. Next up, I got The Return of Bruce Wayne. Batman, The Return of Bruce Wayne. I have the full freaking run here. All 6 chapters. This is a great run here. Some really good stuff. Batman is fighting through time to get back to the present. And he starts out in the caveman era, and he goes into the Salem witch era. Then he becomes a pirate, and then he goes and becomes a cowboy, and then he becomes a detective. There's no irony in that. And then he comes back to the present. And this is all written by Grant Morrison and illustrated by Chris Sprouse, Fraser Irving, Yannick Paquette, Jorge Yenti, Ryan Suk, and Lee Garbett. So there's different artists that illustrate each chapter. It's a really great run. This is going to go for $25. And it is an essential component of the Grant Morrison run on Batman. So if you're looking to get that entire saga, you're going to want to own those books for sure. I have The Savage Spider-Man, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. So the premise of this, thanks Phil, I got you. The premise of The Savage Spider-Man is, what if Spider-Man got experimented on by Baron Zemo and was just let out into the world as a half human, half spider, like basically becomes like vermin. And in the process of that happening, he obviously becomes evil. He's not evil. He's just primal. You know, I don't believe in this whole good and evil thing. He's just primal, and he doesn't know that he's hurting the people that he loves around him because he's just thinking totally on instinct. Like that's it. And this is going to go for this entire run here. I'm going to do at $20. So $20 on Savage Spider-Man 1 through 5. And it's the first time I've showcased those books. I got you, Phil. I'll do the spin at the end of the show, and I will do your spin clockwise. I got you, brother. And we got a full room now. That's great. All right. And the full room came at just the right time because we're about to bust out some really cool comics here for you guys. Stuff you may have missed out on, stuff that I didn't sell through during my journeys to the great land of Colorado. Speaking of which, I found something just now for that Dark Knight Returns run. So for anybody who's interested in that, there's actually a book 9 for it too that I didn't include in there. I had a feeling I was off about that. I was like, isn't this a 9-issue series? But we got it now. All 9 issues, all 8 covers by Andy Kubert. You can grab all of them. Well, some of them are actually Miller covers too. Actually, no, they're all Andy Kubert covers. These are all the 8 covers for Superman, Batman. And there were a ton of different variants of this. So that cover's badass. Book 7. So the price is the same. It's $40 for all 9 chapters of Dark Knight 3 for anybody who is interested. $40 on that. You will not be disappointed. All these books are bag and boarded in great shape. And, putting them together, that was a lot of fun. I haven't read that series. I read the first issue. I remember Dak really disliking it. I sent him a copy of it, and he created like some Batman book that he really like. He created his own Batman book and then sent it back to me. It was his way of showing like, damn you DC, I'll show you how to do a Batman story. And it was funny. We were doing it for laughs and stuff. But, I think that I've kind of changed my perception of Batman a lot because I think there are times when we take comics too seriously. And the fact that any of these comics exist, the fact that any comic at all exists, meant that someone had to put a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of resources in order for it to exist. So maybe it's not the best, but that doesn't mean it's the worst. There's a whole line in film of like A and B movies, and B movies are celebrated quite a bit. There's definitely like a following. Well, I kind of think the same is true of comics, and sometimes comics can take themselves too seriously, and sometimes they just everything balances out. But we learn from those bad experiences too. So I don't ever like to diss anything. Again, I've read Dark Knight 3 #1, and I thought it was okay. It was kind of like setting up for who the new Batman was, and I don't remember what the twist was at the. I remember what the twist was at the end, but I don't want to ruin it for anyone. But I didn't read further than that. But Jim told me he really liked Jim Salicrup. Sorry. For those of you guys who don't know who Jim Salicrup is, he was a Marvel editor for like the longest time. And he followed around Stan Lee and worked with him at POW Entertainment. And he was also an editor at Topps Comics for a long time. And then he ran Paper Cuts and sold that. So him and I talked, we're friends. And he told me he really liked this Dark Knight 3. Master Race. So that comes on recommendation from someone who has been in comics for a long time and knows a good thing when he sees it. What's up, Leonard? How you doing? Yeah, Holy Terror was bad, man. Holy Terror, I actually picked that book up. I remember the retailer sold it to me. He said, this book actually smells bad. But here's the thing about it. When you look back on it, it was the ink that made it smell bad. But, and yeah, the book wasn't the greatest. But that book is a novel item. There is something about it. It was funny. I was, while I was in Colorado, I came across something about the Stormy Daniels comic that's coming out from a Wave Blue World comics. They do a lot of political comics, and they make comics about, all the figures in politics. And they're making a Stormy Daniels comic now. And she's like being represented as like this heroic person, which, okay, you can have your opinion on it for sure. That's fine. And you're going to have your opinion on it. But that is not going to change the fact that that's a novel item. That is something I'm going to hold on to for a long time because it's going to do the same thing that the O.J. Simpson comic did for me back in July. Like, why would anyone make a comic about O.J. Simpson and think to themselves, that it's going to sell well, because it will sell well, and it'll get more people reading comics and buying comics. And those novel items are a piece of history now that, as time goes on, they go up in value. Like I said, comics are currency. That was the biggest takeaway I had from visiting Mile High Comics. Now let's get back to slinging here. I have the Marvels Project, number 1 of 8, number 2 of 8, number 3 of 8, number 4, 5, 6. Wait, this was 6. This is 5. Sorry. 7 and 8. We got the whole run here is essentially what I'm trying to tell you. All right. So we have the full run of the Marvels Project here. This is going to go for, I'll do this for $15. $15 for the whole run. $15 for all the Marvel Project books. Okay, now it is time for the $2 comics. We are going to go through and showcase some really fun stuff that I don't think a lot of you guys saw from my last Tuesday show. That was the only show I did last week. Now I'm back for all 3 days. Whatever I sell through today, I'm going to go visit North Shore Comics tomorrow and do a little stock up. So the more we sell through, the more I stock up. And we're going to go through a lot of $2 books, and then we're going to do $1 loose books on here. So we'll do $2 books on this rack, $1 books on this rack, okay? And my goal is to move through as much of this stuff as I possibly can. All right, so first book we got here is Spider-Geddon Spider-Girls number 3. That's going to go for $2. Spectacular Spider-Man number 238 is $2. King Shazam number 1, that's going to go for $2. And keep it fun today. I got an Avengers Infinity run here that's pretty big. I have Avengers 14. I think this is the full run. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. And if you're a fan of Jonathan Hickman's work on anything, if you're just a fan of Jonathan Hickman, you're going to want this. So the Infinity series was a 6-part miniseries. I think Jerome Opina did the artwork for it. Jonathan Hickman wrote it. Some amazingly gorgeous looking books right there. But Hickman was also the writer on Avengers at this time. And he did a crossover with Infinity, and it's really, really good stuff. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 issues here, and I'm going to just do this at $15. Let's do it at 15, and it's yours. You get that whole run right there. Now let's move into dollar territory. I have Southern Bastards number 17. That's going to go for $1. Champions Outlawed number 1 is $1. Spider-Man Team Up featuring the Silver Surfer number 2. That is $1 right now. Justice League 57. That's going to be a $2 book. Going back to Jonathan Hickman, we have issue 3 of his X-Men. This is a really, really good book here. What happens is the beginning of the series really kind of tries to follow Cyclops a lot, and I like that it gives him focus. Like, after X-Men 97, I have to say Cyclops has become one of my favorite characters. I honestly don't feel like he gets enough attention. And I'm not saying that he's not a bad person or whatever. There's some people who think he's deplorable and just a terrible human being. But he's actually quite an interesting character, and he always tries to do the right thing, even when he makes a decision that isn't in everybody else's favor. And he's also extremely brave. He's the quintessential leader. So it's cool that Hickman decided to focus on him. But what happens here is Krakoa gets attacked by these botanist these old women who are like botanists, but they're botanists for like this cult or whatever, and They have like their own weaponry, and they're studying the planet, and they're trying to study Krakoa, and it's a really good read. This is going to go for $1 right now. It's totally worth the price I'm selling it for. Just letting you know. I have Vault of Horror number 26. That's going to go for $2. Strike Force number 1 is going to go for $2. Huh. Yeah, Tori really hates Ben Reilly, but she's more forgiving of Cyclops. Well, that's good. I have Amazing Spider-Man 31. That's going to go for $1. Okay. X-Men 3 is off to David Moore, and Vault of Horror. I have Newsboy Legion Boy Commando Special number 1. That's going to go for $1. Hawkeye Free Fall number 4 is $1. Hellboy and the BPRD. That's going to go for $1. Yeah, I definitely think he has PTSD. I think every single Marvel character has PTSD. I think, honestly, after having read all these Wolverine books, Tori, I'm going to say I think Wolverine he's over PTSD. He's like, I've had it for so long, I don't even have it anymore. Like, it's just become so numb to him. And, he just is who he is. Like, and it's funny because Wolverine's not your buddy. He's not somebody who is going to be nice to you. But he has this protective instinct over everybody at the same time. And he's always the one who's risking his neck to save everybody else because he's the only one who can. And the fact that he uses his powers to protect as opposed to, do something more deplorable is what makes him such a fascinating character. He's also, as Chuck Pino has told me, the only mutant who has to actually inflict pain on himself in order to use his powers. Every single time Wolverine pops his claws are bursting through his skin. Like, that's painful, but that's what he has to do in order to, fight. And that sucks. Can you imagine every single time you pop your claws, you're going to feel that pain. And eventually it just becomes numb. It's just whatever. It just comes, goes. I think that's what makes the character so interesting. His healing factor is so fast, but the memory of the pain is not. I have Batman Superman number 8. That's going to go for $1. You know what? I didn't see it yet because I was just busy with my kids. So, I didn't have a chance to actually watch the movie, but it looks cool. I'd love to see Wolverine as a Viking. All right. I have Turok number 1. That's going to go for $1. Catwoman 22 is $1. Cosmic Scoundrels number 5 is $1. Vampire State Building number 3 is $1. All-Star Batman number 12 is $1. That's a $5 book right there that I'm selling for $1. Time and Vine number 1 is $1. Future State Wonder Woman number 2 is $2. The Goon number 4 is $1. And Avengers 29 is going to go for $2. This is Marvel Super Action, so it's a reprint of old Avengers stories. Only the Vision could tell us how to save the Earth, and he may never speak again because he's been, taken over by stupid AI. He got booted by Mark Zuckerberg. He's trying to figure out why StreamYard sucks all of a sudden. That Catwoman variant's pretty cool. I'll be getting to FOMO books in about 11 minutes. Let's keep going. I have A-Force, number 1. That's going to go for $1. Star Trek 5-Year Mission, number 52. That's going to go for $1. Harley Quinn and Power Girl, number 6 is $1. Invincible Iron Man, number 5 is $1. The Spider's Web, Doc Savage, number 2 is $1. Fight Club 2, number 1 is $1. Superman American Alien, number 3 is $1. Wonder Woman 47, going for $1. Seven Secrets, number 3 is $1. Batman, that's it. You got it. Those are all our dollar books. If anybody wants this entire rack now, it's $15. $15 for the rack. Oh. Superman Alien is off to Lorena. Got it. Okay. Can't move the ribbon. Did I tell you guys that Bentley actually, this little jerk. Bentley! Come here, puppy! Come here, puppy! Bentley! Bentley! Come on, dog. Come here, dog. Where is he? He's just not coming. What a jerk. He's sleeping. He might come later. Bentley! I wanted to tell you guys a Bentley story while you guys look at Bentley. If he comes down, we'll see. All right, I got Batman 46 going for $1. I bet you he's sleeping right now and is just too lazy to get off the couch and come downstairs. I guarantee you that's what's going on. I have Black Widow number 3. That's going to go for $1. Oh, you meant the Avengers reprint. Got it. No problem. I'll put the other one. I'll swap it out for you. You didn't want the A-Force. Nobody wants us. All right, this goes back for $1. Just kidding. All right, Batman goes up to Curtis. Which Batman are we calling? All-Star Batman or the other the other Batman? Batman 46. It's off to Curtis. Bentley! Where is this freaking dog? Come here, buddy. He's not coming. This is weird. He's been really aggro lately. He's not talking to me right now. I think that's exactly what's going on. So anyway, Bentley saw a German Shepherd. My neighbor has a German Shepherd. And usually I don't put a leash on Bentley when we're just like going to the car. But he saw the neighbor's dog. And this little asshole decided to attack the German Shepherd. He walks up to him and starts sniffing him. And then they're like fighting. And the Shepherd's like, what the hell is going on here? This thing's small. He's like Danny DeVito attacking like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, seriously, this is what I'm seeing right now. And as soon as I pulled Bentley away, he was barking and shouting and like I had never heard this dog make those sounds. So I think it's pretty safe to say Bentley does not like big dogs at all. Not even a little bit. He hates them. Don, what's up? How you doing, dude? Curtis called the Batman 46, but I have All-Star Batman number 12 going for $1. And that's a $5 book right there. You can see it right on the thing on the jig there, the price tag. Archie number 7 going for $1. How you doing, Don? Tomorrow, number 2 of 5 is a 5-parter, going for $1. That's just $1. Sorry. Now I got to get back to bag and boarded books. Bag and boarded books are $2. They are on the left. All the other books are going for $1 on the right rack. This is awesome. I have some early 300 Fantastic Fours here. 305, 306, 312, 313, 314, 316, 333, and 334, and 355. This is a hell of a run here, guys. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. All 9 books, I'll do them all at $15. Normally I do it at $18. I'll knock $3 off so we can move this thing. Corporations are being greedy. The government's being greedy. Onrie's being giving. I'm taking money off. Let's get these books into your collection. I got Redneck number 5 going for, oh wait, that's $1 book, sorry. From Charlton Comics, I have Ghost Manor number 36 going for $2. Boris Karloff, Tales of Mystery. This is going to go for $2. Grimm's Ghost Stories from Gold Key Comics. That's going to go for $2. Surprised those are still sitting here. I thought you guys like that Gold Key stuff. The Unexpected number 190 is going for $2. Mighty Thor number 8. This is Jane Foster Thor. And Thor 16. This is also by Jason Aaron, but a different run. This is where, Thor is Thor again. Get both these books for $4. Scary Tales number 17, $2. Ripley's Believe It or Not, True Ghost Stories. This is issue number, I don't even know, but it's going for $2. Just say Ripley's and I got you. Oh, that sucks, dude. Oh, man, that so sucks, Don. I'm sorry. Back injuries are the absolute worst. My back has been on fire this last week. I'm going to get a massage next week, actually, after Phoenix Comic-Con. I booked time to do it. It's so important to take care of your back. Your back is everything. You have a bad back, you're screwed. So I hope you feel better, man. That's tough. That back sucks. Hit the sucker real good, okay? Hit the sucky long time. All right. All right, I found another Ripley's Believe It or Not, True Ghost Stories. This is going to go for $2. Really, Curtis? I didn't know you injured your back. I'm glad you're doing better. So we got 2 Ripley's books now. Ripley's Believe It or Not. Get them both for $4. Spider-Man, The Black Cat Strikes is from the video game universe. That's going to go for $2. Spider-Man City at War number 2 and number 6. That's going to go for $4. Yeah. It's that kind of massage, Heath. The good kind. I have Dark Detective number 1 from Future State. That's going to go for $2. Dark Detective number 1. Doctor Strange Surgeon Supreme number 4, number 5, and number 6. This is going to go for $6. Oh, Tori, I don't even want to hear about how bad your back pain is, because I can't even begin to imagine the scorching pain you must go through all day, like being constantly in a sitting position, not being able to stand, not having a hard time walking around. One of my best friends, he's got a OI. He deals with the same thing. My heart goes out to you guys. Your back is everything, and when your back starts to suck, everything else sucks. Let's all complain about our back problems so that we don't have to pay attention to how much Mark Zuckerberg and AI is screwing us in the butthole. All right? I can say that because, I'm on my channel and I can't get canceled for that. Scary Tales is off the dome. Got it. Let's make some claims. Does Bentley's back burn from carrying the show? Salt burn? Bentley's not carrying anything. He's not even here. He called out sick today. Bentley! I'm actually really concerned that he's like not answering me. He usually just like, he's at my beck and call. Hang on just a sec. Bentley! Come here, buddy. Bentley! Where is this dog? I just hope I don't come upstairs and find him in a bad spot. So the doors got cleaned. Got it. He usually comes, and he was just here a minute ago. I don't even hear him like at all. It's really weird. I'm a little concerned. I mean, chances are he's just sleeping and not doing anything. But all right. Now I get to show you guys something really cool. This is what's awesome about me going back and being a collector and picking out books and actually taking the time to read them. I just want to point out something too. When I went to all the comic shops I went to in Colorado, and when I buy books for me personally, for my own personal collection, I am paying retail price. Most of the time I'm going to be paying more for these books than you guys are. And the reason is because I want them now. I don't want them when I find them in a dollar bin at the next show. I don't have time for it. I'm interested in it now. I need to read it now so that I can be ready to, sling it tomorrow. The way I see it, these books pay themselves off over time, right? If I read it today and I sell 50 copies over the next 5 years, I will be better at it because I've read that comic. Here's an example. All these Wolverine books, I have paid cover price for all of these, and I am reading the entire run right now. I got issues 1 all the way up to 49. Issue 50 hasn't dropped yet, but it is the final issue of Benjamin Percy's Wolverine run. So I have read a lot of these books up to this point. Just finished issue 25 before we went on the air. So I can now tell you all about Wolverine number 10, which I have read. So Wolverine teams up with Maverick here. This is part of a really cool storyline. And I think it ties into a lot of the stuff that's happening now. But Wolverine gets called over to Madripoor to track down this auctioneer who is selling off all kinds of different artifacts from the Marvel history. Like, for example, the gravestone of Spider-Man when he was killed by Kraven. Or, what else was there? Well, there's a bunch of other things, but the main item for sale, one of the key items for sale, was one of Wolverine's hands with the claws, popped out. And Wolverine's like, how the hell did that happen? Must have been some multiversal version of me, or it could have been a cyborg or something, because it doesn't even look like the claws are steel. They're actually they're not adamantium, they're steel. But he hasn't been able to get it back. But one of the biggest items for sale was Maverick, one of the mutants that he actually used to work with when he teamed up with Sabretooth and was doing all these Black Ops missions and stuff. So this is the issue where they break away from the auctioneer, and it's really beautifully illustrated by Adam Kubert. Adam Kubert worked on this, and it is such good work. I absolutely love this issue. It's fantastic. It's going to go for $2, and then I have issue 39, which I haven't read yet, but I definitely paid $5 for this book. And when I came across it for $1, I'm like, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about here. I can find these books cheaper because someone's got an overstock and they got to move it. But anywhere else, you're going to pay $5 for this book. If you go to the comic shop right now, this is what you're going to pay $5. Here, I'm kicking it. I'm going to do it for $2 because I bought it for $1. I want to sell it for $2. It's that simple. Everybody comes out ahead in that equation. Now, if I wanted to sit on it for the next 5 years, I could put it up online and just sell it at cover. But it doesn't do me any good. I'd rather move both these books right now. They're both going for $4 as a set. And it's worth owning this run, I'll tell you that. I wish he was having, yeah, Tori, can I go check on him? I just want to make sure he's okay. Give me a second, guys. In the meantime, I'm going to air that booting video again because, screw Mark Zuckerberg. I'll be right.
It's booting time! And it's a booting time! Oh, ball sacks torn before love got scared and fled to history-rich China to avoid further scrutiny. And no one can find this Robot 9000 testicle either. So I guess we're going to have to give Mark Zuckerberg a booting because it's his fault that AI exists. Oh, that's not enough of a booting. I'm going to give you a second booting. And a third booting. And a fourth booting. I'm sorry, I learned my lesson. I won't do it again. Oh no, I shouldn't have eaten all that stibbin' bupkis. It's coming out my dairy ear. Well, now that I smeared it, it looks a lot better. Okay, I think I'm fish sticking.
He's okay, guys. He was just sleeping. Can you imagine, though? This tiny little guy, this is how big he is. Like, he literally attacked a German Shepherd and was like, I'm going to kill this guy. And the look he had on his face, my God, you could see the whites of his eyes. And he was just like, he was barking up a storm. But this guy is an alpha. Make no mistake about it. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Enjoy your little nap. I'm sorry I woke you up. I couldn't get off the couch, Dad. It was really, really hard. We got a new couch, and it's very comfortable. So that's where he was. But he's back. He's okay, folks. He's definitely not having a party with a bunch of bitches, Chuck. There's no bitches allowed in my house. Bitches leave my house in stitches. All right, I have Dragon Ring #1, Volume 2, going for $2. G.I. Joe Special Missions number 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. If I have any G.I. Joe fans, this is your day right here. You get all 5 of these books at $10. Belly doesn't want any more Stibbin' Bupkis. Belly doesn't have time for your Stibbin' Bupkis. He was. Yeah, the fact that he attacked that shepherd was just like, I was like shocked. I was like, oh, you even got, are you okay? And then I looked at him like, you freaking idiot. Like I went from being so worried about him to so frustrated with him. And he was like walking down. He was like looking up. He was like, I'm sorry, Dad. And I'm like, all right, come here. You get hugs and a kiss. You win. You win for being cute. But him being an agitator or an instigator, that robbed him a little bit of his gentlemanliness. All right, I have Symbiote Spider-Man #1, and I have Symbiote Spider-Man Crossroads #2. We'll just sell this off the set, $4. Or if you just need one or the other, that's fine. I got you covered. Spider Island #2 is going to go for $2. Superman 84 is $2. And I have the Warlords Annual #3 going for $2. So that is everything I got. Yeah. They like to just chill until it's time to eat. Then they're ready to like shoot up and, do all kinds of stuff. All right. So this rack right here, I will do at $25 because of this thick Fantastic Four run here. I think that's worth paying $25 for. A lot of early 300s. And then we got that big Infinity run right there. You got that Dark Detective one, the Symbiote Spider-Mans, all this at 25. Did I say 25? 25. 25 on this. But if you want these single issues here, I want to move them all. I'll do it all at 15. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24. You got 24 comics at $15. Okay, the Superman is off to Lorena. Put another $2 Superman comic there. Eventually, Symbiote Spider-Man. It's off by Phil. Okay, got two slots claimed, or 2 slots open. I need to make room for FOMO books. So $15 on this rack here. Let's look at this real quick. 15 divided by 24. So that's 62 cents a book right now. If I were to do how about we do this? Instead of selling this whole rack off at $15, how about I do it all at $10? That brings the cost per book down to 41 cents a book. $10 to get all of these comics here. I'd really love to move all those books. So $10 for that right rack. Let's just make it happen. You get all 24 comics at $10. 24 comics for $10. That's 41 cents a book. Plenty of meat on the bone, too, if you're a flipper like me. That All-Star Batman has a $5 price tag on it. Tom Zoller does a lot of Midwest shows. I'm sure you can get him to sign that book for you. You got that Harley Quinn and Power Girl. Give that a bag and board. You got a $4 book on your hands. That Spider-Man team up with the Silver Surfer. There's a lot of good books up here. For $10, you're getting a good deal here. So for that whole rack, it's $10. Give you guys just a minute here, and then I'll either recycle these books. I'll probably recycle them. You guys will see them later in the week or something. Yeah, no, I totally hear you, Phil. We got to figure out how to get you your books, too, by the way. I have like a whole ton of stuff for you that I need to ship out. The shipping issue does suck. I might just have to start coming out to Germany. Okay. Curtis is taking Harley Quinn. Nice. And if anybody still wants that rack at $10, I'll hook you up. But in the meantime, if you want Ultimates 2 number 100, that's going to go for $1. Yeah, man. Maybe I'll come out to Germany. I'll just pack a big bag and give you all your books. And we can hang out. Cornhole ourselves a drunk, and then I'll fly back home. You show me around Germany a little bit. Maybe hang out with Elena, too. So no takers on the rack at 10. Going once, going twice. All this stuff's about to go. All right, I'm going to recycle a lot of this stuff because I see a lot more value here than just $10 on all these books. Clearly, the angels above are telling me that these books are worth more than what I'm selling them for. Oh, all right. Leonard's taking the rack. Thank you, Leonard. Leonard's in the hizzy. How you doing, dude? I told Afua that you had messaged me and telling me about meeting her and how much of an impact you had on her, and she was really happy to hear it. She really loves meeting her fans. That's like one of the things that she loves most about going to cons is engaging with folks like you. So I'm glad you came by and visited her. She's really good people. She's working real hard on her book too. All right, it is FOMO time. Hey, it's FOMO time. So let's do this real quick. I'm going to share the video real quick, and then you guys get to see the FOMO books.
It's FOMO time! What's that even mean anyway? Oh, is that what it means? I'm such a wiener for missing out on these great deals!
All right. So I pulled together some really fun books for you guys today. Some of them new, some of them old. We're going to start off with Spectacular Spider-Man number 225, which has this cool little 3D thing on it. I don't know what these are called. A little 3D hologram. It's hologram, I guess. But when you hold it upright, you can see Spider-Man in it. You just got to hold it up in the right light. But it's a really cool hologram cover here. And it's also the first appearance of the new Green Goblin, who's actually a clone of Peter Parker. This is Spectacular Spider-Man 225, and it is going to go for $10 today. First new Green Goblin. The next book we have here is Batman Beyond Rebirth number 1. It's a foil cover here. This is going to go for just $10 for this awesome foil. The hollow disc, that's correct. Conan number 116 is going to go for $5. Fist of Khonshu Moon Knight number 3. This is going to go for just $5. Fantastic Four 224 is $5. Uncanny X-Men 249 is $5. Uncanny X-Men 300. We got the foil cover here. That's going to go for $10. And then I have Detective Comics 536. I actually didn't price this book out, but let's price it out real quick. I'll give you guys a good deal on it no matter what. Let's see real quick what it's going for. I always use eBay as a good barometer for what's currently selling because a lot of comics sell on there, and I'm going to try and give you guys a good price on it. All right, so the lowest price I'm seeing on here is $3 plus $8.49 shipping. So essentially, the person's making their money on the back end. They want to move the book quicker. And so they're willing to do that. But mostly everybody else is saying this is between a $15 and $20 book. How about we just make this simple? I will do it for $10. In fact, I'll knock $1 off. Let's just do it at $9. $9 and you get Detective Comics 536. Let's make this easy. Condition on this, I would say, is probably a fine plus, maybe a very fine. Give it some TLC and you'll see. Roberto, what's up? Yes, I'd come back as Cyborg Onrie. That would be awesome. Cyborg Onrie. I am here to deliver more deals. Today is Judgment Day. Judgment as in discount. So we got all 8 of our FOMO books. If anybody has any questions about any of the FOMO books, let me know. Got some really cool stuff here. That Uncanny X-Men 300 has a John Romita Jr. Cover and interior, which I think is really cool. I remember reading this Spectacular Spider-Man when it came out. Okay, Spectacular and X-Men 300 is off to Leonard. Interesting that you brought those books up. So I was going to open up 225 for you real quick. I think, if I'm not mistaken, John Berner, Bill Sienkiewicz worked on this. C.L. Buscema did the pencil breakdowns, but then Bill Sienkiewicz did the finished artwork in here. Some good stuff here. Got all of this stuff with the Clone Saga. I really liked it. Spider-Man was at its best at that point. And the X-Men 300, I actually got a couple of these, and I held on to one for myself because after X-Men 97, I'm like, I want this now. But some gorgeous John Romita Jr. artwork in this book. Absolutely stunning. Congrats, Leonard. You made a good buy there. And I appreciate your business. You're the man. Someone needs to draw Cyborg Onrie. That person's going to need a lot of money to spend a lot of time drawing me. All right, Leonard. Gotcha. All right. So we still got 6 FOMO books here. And they're all pretty darn good. I'm going to do another crazy thing right now on this Detective Comics 536. I'm going to knock another $1 off. It's now $8 for you. This is truly the cheapest price you're going to get. If you go on eBay right now and you want to spend $3 plus literally $9, let's just round up to get this book, you're going to pay $12. $8, you spend another $42 with me, and you get this book shipped to you for free. Just pointing that out there. That's worth owning for any of my detective fans. Fist of Khonshu number 3 going for just $5. That's also worth picking up. Conan the Barbarian 116, 5 on that. The other X-Men we have left is Uncanny X-Men 249. That's going to go for just $5. Fantastic Four 224 is 5. And then we have that Batman Beyond Rebirth number 1 foil. Now, here's the thing about, Detective goes off to Roberto. The thing about Batman Beyond, I usually don't sell a lot of Batman Beyond on this show. I don't know why. A lot of you guys don't seem to be into it. But the fact that we got a foil and a number 1, if there's ever been a point to jump on and try this, this is the time. You got Dan Jurgens writing the story. You got a foil book here. It's just $10. Totally worth it. I'm just saying. At the price and everything, I should keep that for myself. All right, Roberto gets the Detective. One thing I'm really sick and tired of is how greedy everybody is becoming, like big companies and everything like that. The best thing about selling this Detective Comics just now is that we looked at this book together, we priced it out together, and I feel like I got a good price for you guys to the point where it makes sense to actually own this book. Roberto, I'm really happy that this is coming to you. And if I wanted to, I could list this up on eBay and get my $15 for it, but then I'd be competing against everybody else. And that's just taking up too much of my time. I really like that you're getting this book now and that we got you a good price and that we're both coming out ahead on it. That's how we need to be thinking as a nation right now, is how can we all help each other? If we all just take a little bit, everybody flourishes. Instead, everybody's got to take more and more and more. It's not good. That's not how we grow. Greed is not growth. Philip Ragusa, how are you doing, man? All right. So we got 5 FOMO books left. We got a bunch of $2 books here. How about we start putting some dollar books up again? I have Biff to the Future number 6 going for $1. Star Wars Adventures 6 going for $1. Redneck number 5 is going for $1. Tomorrow number 205, that's going for $1. Why do I feel like I've shown these books off already? Oh, they must have had duplicates in that box. Biff to the Future. If you're a Back to the Future fan, consider grabbing those other books for $1. Gordon Gekko was wrong. Well, here's the thing. I don't think it's wrong to want to make money. That's okay. Make money. But you don't have to just keep charging more for everything. It's just like there are certain things that just don't make any sense why we need to pay for it. Like, for example, there was a time, a long time ago, where Microsoft Office, you paid for it once and it was free. And you could just stick with that one version. But no, they got to keep charging you more money. So now they made it so that you have to have a yearly subscription with it. And you have to use this other one. And you can't use documents anymore. They have to be DocX now. We have to change everything to make everything more complicated because it wasn't working well enough or making enough money for everybody to begin with. And I think that really stunts development for a lot of people when you just have that mindset of, Everybody has to pay. Everybody has to be on a subscription basis. It's just constant greed. Too much. I got Kids, number 3, going for $1. The Dark Side War, number 1, is going for $1. And I'm not trying to say I have all the answers here, because I certainly don't. I'm a comic book sales guy, not a politician. But, just be nice if we all just were a little kinder to each other. Be a little bit more understanding. I think we would all be a lot happier. So happy together. All right, I have Jughead number 7, going for $1. Weapon X number 12. This is kind of like a cool Queen tribute cover, going for $1. Superman Wonder Woman number 28 is $1. Lois and Clark number 5 is $1. The More We Work Together. Heal the world, make it a better place. There are people dying. All right. Grim Universe presents 2020 edition, going for $1. Angel and Faith, number 19, is $1. Cable 152 is $1. It's not a set, but it is a single issue if you want it. Philip Ragusa, it's just $1 for Superman Lois and Clark number 5. Going for $1. I'm still working on putting together that All-Star Superman run for you. I'm almost done with that. I'm missing like 3 issues, but I'm working on putting together that whole run for you. Maybe I'll have it at the end of this week. We'll see. Outcast number 16 is going for $1. Steven Universe and the Crystal Gems number 404 is $1. Magneto number 15 is $1. Thor number 9, Legacy number 735 is $1. All right. Garcia, what's up, dude? How you doing, man? Good to see you. All right, I'm taking the remaining FOMO books down. We have 5 FOMO books left. Pretty happy with this. Would be really nice if we could move the rest of these. I'll pitch them again in a moment. But let's get back to dollar books here. Let's finish up our rack. I have Marvel Generations, All New Wolverine and Wolverine. This is going to go for just $1. It's a one-shot story where we see X-23 and Wolverine team up. It's going to go for $1. All right, Curtis is taking Batman Beyond. I'm glad you're taking it. This is a really good deal. Perfect. Awesome. You will not regret that. Gods and Gears, number 1 is $1. Shazam Convergence, number 2 is $1. Commander in Crisis, number 1 is $1. Deathstroke 15 is $1. International Iron Man number 2 is $1. Yeah, it was great, man. I had a really great time. I got to hang out with my family. So we all went up there because my nephew graduated, or over there because my nephew graduated from college. So that's how I was in the same room with Rebecca. So we had a really good time out there, and I had a really wonderful dinner with my dad on Saturday because he stayed in town. He had Philip. I just want to make sure. Are you calling that Batman 1989 adaptation? That's going to go for $20. Let me know if you want to take that. So yeah, we had dinner, and it was a really good. It was a really good experience. You know, like my dad's going to be 78 years old this year. Out of all my friends, I think I'm probably one of the few people left who still has both their parents and they're still in relatively good health, knock on wood. And it was a great experience. And I had a really great conversation with my dad. We were actually, we finished dinner. We ate at this steakhouse called STK. They have a chain in Chicago too. So my dad knew about it. He was like, we should go over there. They have really good steak. So I had one of the best steaks I've ever had in my life. And I mean, like literally every single bite was just so savory and like full of flavor and everything. It was just absolutely amazing. And we had a few drinks, and we were just talking about my father's passing. My dad never really divulges too much information about himself, and I found out why. So I asked him a question. I was like, all right, Dad, you were born in 46. So Stalin died in 1953, and you were living in Russia at the time. So do you remember the day that Stalin died? And he said, yes. And I go, well, what were you doing that day? He said, I was crying. Everybody around me was crying, so I felt like I needed to cry too. And I was like, whoa. And he was like, yeah, it was like a national hero like died. Like this was all we knew. He was like he was like our savior, our Lord and Savior died, and that was literally what Stalin did when he came to power. Was he removed religion, he removed everybody's need for everything, and made them solely dependent on the government. So church and state were no longer a separate thing. And so Stalin dying was like God dying, like literally, for these people. And my dad grew up with that. And he goes, when you growing up in America, you look in history books and stuff like that, and you see like a picture of Richard Nixon and someone draws a little mustache on him. No one says anything. You try doing that in a Russian history book, and your ass is going to jail. And it doesn't matter how old you are. People made it a habit of telling on other people because they wanted to look good and save face and protect themselves and do all the stuff like, hey, don't come after me. I got information on this guy over here. He's the one you want. I mean, it's really just such a crazy culling. And talk about being guilty before proven innocent. I mean, you didn't even get your day in court in Russia. They would just come after you, and that would be it. It was that crazy. And so my dad learned that it was better to keep your mouth shut and not tell people too many things. Keep a low profile. Just do what you're told. That's what surviving was like for him. And what was really great about this dinner was I had a chance to thank him, because he saw that was not how people should live and sought for a better life, and he achieved it. And it's because of him that I get to do this. Otherwise, if I was living in Russia, there would be no way I'd be able to make comics and be as involved in it as I am now, because there just wouldn't be a demand for it. The government controls everything that gets put out there. And the only kind of stuff you can do has to be patriotic. It has to be serving the agenda and all this stuff. It has to be a governmental contract, all that kind of crap, Here we got freedom of speech, and that is the greatest freedom ever. So, or one of the greatest freedoms ever. Paying your taxes, that's another great freedom we have. But it's nice that I got a chance to do that. So Phil, you wanted that Detective Comics that Roberto got. I have another opportunity for you. I have Detective Comics 574. I'm also selling this at 8. So let me know if you'd be interested. This looks like a tie-in to, the death of Jason Todd. A Death in the Family tie-in. Okay, Philip Ragusa, I got you on the Batman 1989. Really? You were in Korea when Kim Jong-il died? Oh my God, what was that like? Whoa, that's a story right there, Phil. That must have been crazy. There you go, Tori. Well, you know what? Honestly, people like to complain about living in this country, but I will say this. This country, we take a lot of the things we have here for granted. And one of those things is what, my dad pointed out is being, like our ability to express ourselves and say what we feel, even if it's not what someone else wants to hear, and that's a pretty big deal. And I worry about us losing that freedom because, people are just being a bunch of sourpusses about everything. I can't make jokes anymore. Shut up and take it. Stop being a douche. Stop being a douche in the middle of the night. Hey, Philip, I got you on the Assassins. Gotcha. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, I bet it was nuts. Take it from us. Nuts are better than nuts. Yeah, that was a scary time in Korean history because anytime a big dictator, because North Korea has the same philosophy as Russia, and anytime one of their big leaders dies, it's like the passing on of the mantle. These patriarchs ruled their countries with like an iron fist, and it's a generational thing. Like after watching Shogun, which I really enjoyed, by the way, and I'm so happy that they're renewing for 2 more seasons. It's great, just understanding, even though that I think Last Samurai did a really great job of glorifying what Japanese culture is like, because Shogun is doing such a great job of showing us the true nature of it, that these warriors had a very barbaric side to them. As much as they were about honor and all this other stuff, that's just at times a facade, and because people are people, the standard of living with honor is good. This is what makes samurais really honorable and cool. But the people who had this power were not always honorable. They were, they would just say it on the outside and talk about honor and loyalty, but they would betray each other all the time. And, Shogun's all about power consolidation. It's really amazing stuff. I'm really into all that. No, I don't have the Amalgam Comics sets, but let me see if I have something else here from Amalgam. Because I got some other slots I got to fill for the bottom row now. Oh, good Lord. I can't believe I still have this book. All right, to fill up the slots of stuff that we sold at the bottom here, I have Animal Man and Man Bat Secret Origins number 39. That's going to go for just $4 right now. I have Deadpool versus Gambit number 1. That's going to go for $5. How has this not sold yet? I just don't get it. And then I have Night Stalkers number 1 sealed in the poly bag. This is all part of the Rise of the Midnight Suns run. This is going to go for $5. Been holding on to those books for a while. Nothing Amalgam right now, Philip, but I do come across them quite a bit. So if I come across it again, I'll let you know. Chill Phil, let me know if you want to grab this Detective Comics 574 at $8. A matter of fact, I will be generous. I'll knock the price down to $6. We'll do it for $6 if you want to take it. You missed out on that other one, so I'll give you a deal on that. Let me know if you on that issue. Let me know if you want to take it. $6, it's yours. And we get it the heck on out of here. All right, cool. Yay. Sorry, Philip, that went off to Phil. But I will have more Detective Comics books coming up soon. Still have a couple FOMO books left, and I'd really love to sell through all of these. I have the Fist of Khonshu Moon Knight going for $5. Uncanny X-Men 249 is $5. Conan the Barbarian 116 is $5. And then Fantastic Four 224 is $5. So all 4 of these are $5 a pop. That's $20. If someone wants to just take all these off my hand right now, I'll knock $2 off, $18. You get all 4 of these books. There are too many Phils. Yeah, Phil Ragusa, I will do a spin at the end of the show. So at the end of the show, I will do a spin for you. Yes, I think your competition is always going to be there, Curtis, because there's so many Phils in the room. No, but your Batman competition is always going to be high because everybody reads Batman. Like everybody loves Batman, including me. I'm a Batman fan. In fact, I'm going to say right now that Batman sells better than Spider-Man does, especially the new stuff. And tomorrow I'm going to have a FOMO book for a key issue in the current run, and it's also what kicks off Chip Zdarsky's run. So again, we got the rest of the FOMO books here. We're going to do a deal where if you just get all 4 of them, take them off my hands, it's $18. That is Savage Spider-Man 1 through 5, Phil. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's a whole series. I'm doing this at 20 right now if you want the whole set. So it's 20 for the whole set. I think Bree's busy, so hopefully we'll see her. We'll see her sometime later in the week. You know, this is like the afternoon show, so it's like Monday. So a lot of you guys are busy right now, working and doing stuff. So I just want to get that crowd right now. But I will be on 2 more times this week. So tomorrow I'll be on the XP. So that's where you're always going to catch me at my most consistent, because whether I'm traveling or not, I'm always in town on Tuesdays usually. So you guys can catch me on Tuesday tomorrow at usual time for the Experience Show. And we moved through quite a bit of stuff today. So I will be doing some restocking at Pete's tomorrow. So that'll be on, I'll be on the air at 7 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Mountain Time, 9 p.m. Central, and 10 p.m. Eastern. And then on Wednesday, I'm going to go hit up Atlas Comics. And I'm going to go pick up some stuff over there because I'm looking for some back issues for me too. And they have a great $1 and $2 bin. So I'll stock up on the lower rack stuff for you guys, and I'll get some other goodies for you for our Wednesday show, which will air at 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. And that'll be on my channel. We'll do another one. Okay. Savage Spider-Man is off to Phil. Yeah, Phil, we'll need to figure out how to get your stuff out to you, man. I really wish we could make it so that you didn't have to pay for shipping. I mean, I get why the cost is so expensive. I wish it was something I could work out, you know, but I don't know. We'll figure something out. All right. Moving a lot of stuff, though. That's good. What a great show today. Speaking of Batman, I have some more Batman for you guys. Here's a fun little run for you guys. I have Batman Dark Knight, Dark City, 452, 453, and 454. So you got this whole run here. You don't got to hunt anything down. I'm just going to do it for $10 for all 3 of these books. $10 for these Batmans, 452 to 454. Yeah, Nightfall. I have the entire run of that. Yeah, it does. It takes way too damn long. We'll figure something out. Either way, your books are here. Like they haven't been sent out, so they're not out in the void or anything like that. We'll figure out a way. We'll figure out a smart way to get them out to you. Okay, Batman sets off the Philip Russo. Batman just gets eaten alive here, or absorbed all the time. Surprised no one jumped on the full run of Dark Knight 3. We got issues 1 through 9 here going for $40. That's a hell of a deal, considering that most of these books are about $8 to $10 a pop. So that makes the whole set $90. But I'll do it all right now at $40. You don't got to hunt anything down. You're getting 8 covers here. It's a really good deal. Really good deal. The Hulk on the bottom rack is Hulk 288. That's going to go for just $5 right now. All right, we still love that Batman set. I have Doctor Strange by Mark Waid and Jesus Saez. The first start of their run, issues 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is a perfect perfect jump on point for Doctor Strange. If you want to grab this entire set for me, it's $15. $15 for that set. Yeah, Frank isn't for everyone. That's for sure. Yeah, some people don't like his later stuff on Dark Knight. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Frank Miller. Batman Year One was brilliant. So was Dark Knight Returns. You know, he's done a lot. He's done a lot of good in comics. He's made a lot of really great comics, stuff what we're still talking about. You know, and Sin City was brilliant too. All of Sin City is freaking brilliant. I actually have the entire run of it. I love Sin City. The first time I read Sin City was when the movie came out. I loved that first volume so much. I just went in and I got the rest of it. They released a certain set at that time where all the covers were matching. It turned out absolutely wonderful. I'm looking at it right now. Really great set of books. Frank Miller is definitely has a style, that's for sure. I have Transformers, Robots in Disguise. This is sub cover, going for $1. Jim Henson's The Storyteller, Tale 2 of 4. That's going to go for $1 as well. All right, we're going to do the same deal on this rack again. If anybody wants to just grab all these books right now so I don't ever have to think about them again, it's just $10 for all of them for the Mofo books. Let's not forget about our $2 books here. I'm going to take this down. We're going to build another $2 rack. And then this show will end, but we will be back tomorrow, I promise you. Tomorrow evening, we're going to have a great show, and I'm so excited to see you guys. I'm glad to be back here. Glad I can do this with you guys 3 times this week. We're going to do this dance here. Whoa. Settle down there. Luckily, only 1 book. Oh, 2 books. Sorry about that. All right. 21, 22, 23. This is 20, 19, 18. 17, 16, 15, and 14. There we go. All right, I'm going to show off all these $2 books again. Then I am going to recycle them. I have this infinity run here of Avengers. This ties into Jonathan Hickman's, or this is part of Jonathan Hickman's run, but it ties into the Infinity event. This is issues 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. There are 10 issues of Avengers here. This is the entire tie-in for Infinity. I can see what I can do about getting you the entire Infinity run. But if you want to grab all of this right now, it is going to go for just $15. That's 10 comics at $15. That means you're paying $1.50 per book. I'm into each of these books for $1, so I'm only doing a 50-cent markup on it. I think selling it at 20 is maybe a little too high for the bulk, but 15, let's move it. You know, everybody, I still come out ahead. You know, I could be making more money off these books, but you know, I come out ahead, and you guys get a deal. So 15 on that, all right? Let's see if we can work something out here. I think it's a really good deal. All the $2 books that I've been showing off today, really killer deals. If you're a fan of Jonathan Hickman, that's worth picking up. Spider Island number 2 is 2. Warlords Annual number 3 is 2. Spider-Man the Black Cat Strikes number 2, part of the Gamerverse, going for $2. Dark Detective number 1. How did all my Batman fans skip out on this? Dark Detective number 1, it's a future state tie-in, $2 on this. Doctor Strange Surgeon Supreme by Mark Waid. We got issues 4 through 6 here, going for $6. Don't pass up on this Wolverine 10 and number 39 going for $4. This is a really great run here. I'm enjoying it right now. I'm actually reading it. If you have questions about it or want to discuss it, let me know. Spider-Man City at War number 2 and number 6. That's $4 on that. Ripley's Believe It or Not We got this issue and that issue going for $4 together. I have this G.I. Joe Special Missions run, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 18. Get it all for 10. I'm clearing these off a little bit quicker because I want to move on and start building a new rack. So if you see something, if you want to see something again, just say, hey, Onrie, can you show that off again? I want to see that. Just be like, hey, 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 hey. All right, we got Dragon Ring, Volume 2, Number 1, going for $2. Phil, I got you on the Dark Detective. Unexpected 190 is 2. Grimm's Ghost Stories is 2. Boris Karloff, Tales of Mystery is 2. Ghost Manor 36 is 2. Justice League, Dark Knight's Death Metal tie-in number 57 is $2. Spider-Geddon, Spider-Girls number 3 is 2. Strike Force number 1 is 2. King Shazam number 1 is 2. Spectacular Spider-Man 238 is 2. Future State Wonder Woman number 2 is 2. And then we got this killer early 300s Fantastic Four run here. 305, 306, 312, 313, 314, 316, 333, 334, and 355. Doing them all, 3, 6, 7, 8. Do them all at $15. All these Fantastic Fours at $15. I need to dig out that Dark Detective, and then we are moving on to bigger and better things. So, had a good afternoon here, guys. Thank you very much. All right, is anybody going to claim this rack here at 10? This is a going once, going twice kind of a thing. 24 comics at $10. Essentially 41 cents a book. Any takers for this stack of books at $10? Yes, no, maybe so. If not, I'm going to put them away. Those will be our mofo books. You guys will see them again tomorrow, most likely. Some of them. We'll probably continue going out this week doing dollar books, that kind of a thing. That $1 and $2 books. I like that idea. Okay, Leonard's taking it. Oh, all right, Leonard. Where did I leave off with that? Okay, what's this? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. Okay. All righty. I got you, Leonard. Guys, I want to thank you. And the reason why I want to thank you is because we've had a really great show this afternoon. And there are so many technological barriers in my way that I'm still working through. But I want to thank everyone who showed up. Phil, Leonard, David, Lorena, Philip Ragusa, Don, Curtis, Roberto. Thank you guys for popping in. I sincerely appreciate it. We're going to get to spinning in just a minute here. But before we close out today's show, I want to show you guys all these bottom rack books again, just so we can see if I can move through some of this stuff. And all these other books, all the $1 and $2 books, will be back on the air tomorrow. Let's see what we can move in these last like 10 minutes here. And we sold through half of our FOMO books today, which is always great. I love when I see at least half of the FOMO books sell through. But if we can move the rest of the FOMO books now, that would be really awesome. It's dinner time for you. Lunchtime with Onrie Rules. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it. You're my plus one, dude. You and Tori, you guys are my plus ones. All right, so we have Fist of Khonshu, Moon Knight number 3. That's going to go for $5. Uncanny X-Men number 249 is $5. Conan the Barbarian 116 is $5. And Fantastic 224 is $5. If anybody wants to claim the rest of the FOMO books, it's usually a $20 or it's a $20 value. I'll knock $2 off. Additionally, it'll be $18 for all of these. If not, these books are going to be here. These will be the first books I show off tomorrow. All right. I have Uncanny X-Men 223, newsstand copy, going for $5. She, Heaven and Earth, number 3. That's going to go for $5. Fantastic Four 223 is $5. Night Stalkers number 1, sealed in the polybag, part of the Rise of the Midnight Suns. It's going to go for $5. Peter Parker, The Spectacular Spider-Man 77 is $4. Secret Origins featuring Animal Man and Man-Bat, number 39, that's also $4. Deadpool versus Gambit 1 is $5. Night Stalkers is off to Leonard. Leonard, you're $5 away from that free shipping for free shipping. House Slaughter number 10 is $4. Good Boy Volume 2 number 1 is $5. God Slap number 1 is $15. Cable number 1 is $8. Captain America 750 is $10. Marvel Team Up featuring Doctor Strange and Clea number 80 is going to go for $5, and Hulk 288 is $5. So those are the remaining bottom row books. Yeah, I got you the Dark Detective, Phil. You're good on that front. Definitely got you there, bud. Okay, Marvel Team Up gets claimed. Okay, and I have all of these books left here. Let me see if I can sell them off in bulk. We got one. This will be the final deal, and then we're going to do our spins because I owe everybody a spin, or the people who picked up stuff. So 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4. Plus 5. 8 plus 10 plus 5. All right, so I have $74 worth of books here. I'm going to knock the price down to $50. You give me $50 right now, all of these books are yours. That's all the remaining bottom row books. Let me know if you want to grab it. $50 and it's all yours. All right, we're adding Deadpool versus Gambit, so I'm going to actually knock $5 off. Now the price is $45 for that. Phil gets Deadpool versus Gambit number 1. So $45 for the rest. $45 for the rest. All right. You have your time to make the claim. I'm going to do the Wheel of Skid Bark right now, and then we're going to close out the show. Thank you all for being here today. Hang on.
It's time to spin the Wheel of Skid Bark.
All right, so I owe spins for Philip Ragusa, Chill Phil, and Leonard. We're going to start off with Phil, who wanted me to do a clockwise spin. You get a free DC book. What DC book can I give you that's free? Come across the first one I see. You get Dark Crisis number 0. That's for Phil. Free comic book day. All right, the next spin is for Philip Ragusa, and he gets 5% off his order. The final spin is for Leonard Pitt. Leonard, you get 5% off your order too. Look at that. Guys, thank you so much for being here. We moved through a lot of books this afternoon, and I would like to thank you all for being here today, and I'll be back here with you guys tomorrow, and I'm so excited for it. Thank you so much. I love you all. Have a wonderful rest of your day.